if you want to live in rural Portugal and France as well, in rural France, has hunters. It's a tradition. It's something that they do to, round here they provide restaurants with the wild boar that they shoot. I think they feed the animals with some of it. I don't know anymore, but I'd like to know more. But hunters are part of the rural community in Portugal. It's a Portuguese way of life, as it is a French way of life in many respects. The whole family goes out shooting on twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays when it allows. And the thing is, from one perspective you could say hunting's wrong, or I hate hunters. The amount of people I've heard tell me they hate hunters. But the truth is, their hunters are busy doing, the hunters are busy doing what hunters do, and they're busy being hunters, I suppose. They're in that role. They're doing what they think is right. They have their way of doing things. Now, some people think it's wrong, but I tend to sit on the fence, because there is no right or wrong in my world. There is either a balance or imbalance. So I look at how is the behaviour affecting others. Well, I've moved into an area where it's gone on for hundreds of years, and it went on before me. It may continue after me. So you can't go moving into an area and expecting everyone else to change. It's a big part of the community. Now, in some respects, does it help the natural environment? And I would say yes, it does. I would say as long as things are not hunted to extinction, which has happened in some areas of Portugal and indeed across the world, that when things are done to maintain a balance, such as the deer hunts in Scotland, or some of the deer hunts in Scotland, then it's acceptable in the way that it's a part of maintaining balance, where humans have come into an environment, and because of the behaviour of humans taking away natural habitat, then it creating more areas where things thrive and where natural predators aren't, then that needs some form of way of maintaining balance. Also, where humans were originally dotted about Portugal, I'm talking about Portugal because I've found this in my experience to be true through talking to locals, and just I don't really have experience of hunters or anything in other countries, but a friend was telling me about the experience in France. So what I've been told about the land here in Portugal is it was managed, and it was managed quite well, and there wasn't an imbalance so much of things. It was quite well maintained in that the forests weren't able to catch fire because of the variety, and because there wasn't a lot to catch fire. What's happened is, as people have stopped taking care of the land, it ends up being full of what you can see to the left and right of the pathway here, which is broom. And broom is quite flammable, really. I mean, cork oaks are not as flammable by far, but they are slow smoulderers. But they do take a while to catch fire. Live ones do anyway. Pine trees are very high sap, and they catch fire quite easily. So with a land that's full of oak and pine and broom, and in many areas huge plantations of eucalyptus, which is another high oil, you know, it's high in its essential oils, it's easy to catch fire. It isn't native to Portugal, and in areas like that has just been left to just grow and develop after human intervention, they're not getting any human intervention at all. It's ideal breeding ground for an excessive amount of wild boar, and it's also prone to wildfires. So you've got a lot of, I don't know if you can see over there, there's quite a few birds of prey, the scavengers. It'll be the kites that'll be out looking for the kill from the hunters that I'm assuming they're picking up while they're out there, but we don't know. Come on, Batty, can't assume anything. So there's one right there above us, directly above us. So yeah, the truth of hunting in Portugal is that it helps retain, you see that there, let's see if it will, there we go. Yeah, so I believe that hunting in Portugal does maintain some form of balance, and where hunters go, they're more likely to do something with the ground. There's a lot of ground that's, I was going to say, oh, they've got one coming up. There's red signs with white lines coming through the centre, and that says that area is a hunting area. So people that are hunting will be in that zone. You see it just there, quite easy to notice on the fence. So I don't hate hunters, and I know that they do bring a balance to, in some kind, to Portugal. When it's done correctly, it's absolutely a necessary part of humans and wildlife living together. I don't agree with hunting for fun, where what's hunted is not used. I don't believe that's part of balance or keeping things in the cycle. It encourages taking things out, you know, they just keep hunting. Like over in Africa, you've got like lions and elephants and things that have been hunted to near extinction because they just go out and hunt for what they want and pretty much leave what they don't need, which is most things. And there's a lot of endangered life over here in Portugal and across Europe due to unmanaged, unregulated hunts. But when things are done correctly or done in balance, then I can't see a real problem with it.